Hi guys, it's me, it's Kara from Goddess to Goodness. Actually, I'm just gonna move this back just a tad. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, tonight I'm actually going to do a reading on the collective energies for the solar eclipse upcoming July 2nd. So fun fact, the solar eclipse is going to be found, or going to be only seen in the southern hemisphere. But even though we won't see it, we will feel it, which all of these energies that have been going on lately just have been crazy. I know I've been like completely like wiped out for kind of no reason, I feel. And it's not for no reason. It is these are energies, the full moon, the solstice, and this solar eclipse. These are heavy energies where there is a lot of release going on, a lot of growth going on, and a lot of different things like that. Depends how sensitive you are, but I know that I've been, there's been a lot of like, not, I don't want to say heavy energy, but energy where I've been able to like meditate and, at least go back and, examine things in, excuse me, things in my past that have like, either affected me a certain way or like made me think a certain way. And I noticed that I have been like releasing like old patterns and things like that, wanting to start new things, new projects and things like that. A lot of like rejuvenation feeling. I have wanted to, I feel like a lot more creative and things like that. And so, like, things that I've maybe been procrastinating on doing these videos, which is one of them. But, anyways, I am just going to upload this quick little video here and just get like a feeling of what some of the upcoming energies may be for, like I said, this upcoming solar eclipse. The 4th of July is 2 days later. And so that's definitely, a cause for celebration. We're out with friends and family, enjoying the weather finally got nice. We're here in Buffalo. So weather here finally got nice. We're able to enjoy ourselves, do a little bit of celebrating and things like that. But yeah, enough of that. So, like I said, my name is Kara from Goddess to Goodness. I started this. I started Goddess to Goodness as a means of getting my message out to others, and a means of spiritual self care and self help, wellness, and that sort of thing. It's based on like the experiences I have gone through in the last few years of my life. And I just figure that any hardships or any hardships or realizations that I've gone through in the past, or things that karma I've been through that's helped me learn lessons and things like that. I just feel that I may be a beacon of light for somebody who may be going through the same thing now. And I guess what I'm trying to say is like my any mess I've ever had in my life, whether it's a life that I unconsciously put myself into by means of like unhealthy patterns or behaviors, survival mechanisms, things like that. If I can come to like when I come to like a realization, whether it's this way or it's that way, in terms of like appreciation, being grateful, things that no longer serve me and things like that, or realizations that have maybe taken me a very long time or a lot of self discovery to get to. I just know that something like this would have helped me in times that seemed like my dark times or dark nights of the soul or whatever you want to call it. And so I just want to share my knowledge, my experience, my feelings, realizations, and you know, anything that I can share to help heal somebody else or provide insight or awareness, or you know, to help somebody grow. Like I said, even if it's only one person, I feel then that was that I am lucky and I am grateful that I can do that. Really just cute thing. I just found this. I don't even know where I found it today. It was like in like I don't even know. It just popped up, but it was just so cute. I thought so. It just says, I don't know if you guys could see it. This thing doesn't. Anyways, a small gift can bring joy to the whole family, and so I wish this could get clearer. Anyways, I just love that I spontaneously found this today, and that just kind of goes along with like where I'm going with starting Goddess to Goodness here. And so I just feel like you could just do the smallest thing that you don't think anything of, and it can affect somebody in such a large, beautiful way. And so my point is just, when you have either a means of giving yourself, a part of yourself, your time, your effort, your kindness. If you have extra money, donate it. If you have extra time, donate it. Even if you don't, the smallest random act of kindness or thoughtfulness can just literally like change somebody's day, and you don't know, it can change somebody's life. So I just wanted to put that out there, guys. I found that today. I thought that was kind of cool. So we're going to be doing this reading with my new deck that I got. I just think it's awesome. It's called the Mermaid Tarot. It's by Lisa Robertson. The illustrations are really beautiful. They're done by Julie Dillon. And so I call in my angel guides, my spirit guides, fairy guides, ascended masters, and ancestors and archangels to bring in messages of hope, light, love, wisdom, and guidance with truth and sincerity. So what collective energies will we have going on here for the solar eclipse of July 2nd, 2019. What collective energies will be going on for or major themes will we be experiencing for the solar eclipse, July 2nd, 2019? What major energy themes will we be experiencing for the solar eclipse, July 2nd, 2019? 3 cards, please, Spirit. Please give me 3 cards for the collective energies of the solar eclipse 2019. 3 cards, please. Whoa! Well, those literally just flew out. Okay. Oh, we actually have 4. Okay. So, one of these is it's a major theme, major arcana. So it's the Wheel of Fortune, folks. The Wheel of Fortune typically, here, let's put these down here like this. I just want to make sure you guys can see these. So the Wheel of Fortune is usually about like cycles, like things changing, wheels turning, meaning like the ends of things that are, again, no longer serving us, things that may be changing in our lives, cycles that we're finished with and have no longer have a need for, things like that. And so with the Wheel of Fortune here, and then the Two of Swords after it, the Two of Swords typically depicts, so just so you can see, this is our Wheel of Fortune. It is inscripted with like, it looks like runes and stuff like that. You have like fish swimming by on top here in the background and on the bottom. First of all, the color is what strikes me here. The color is like primarily like a sea green, and green just says to me, you know, healing. That is the color of also the heart chakra. And it just shows me that like things may be opening up where once they were closed. And you know, it's a sunken ship here, and it's not even, well, it might be a ship. It's covered in like, you know, algae and seaweed and stuff like that. But it just shows that like where there's barnacles here on the wheel, which I love. And then you have like this like soft sunlight coming in. So it just shows where like sometimes where like you may feel like you're in this maybe like dark abyss, you know, where things are have been stagnant or going a certain way for like a while, you know what I mean, or haven't changed in a while. It shows that there's this sunlight or this like illumination coming in. And so again, that just goes with like karmic cycles. It's, you know, maybe like releasing relationships that no longer serve you, realizations that like the career or job you've been doing and it's just not fulfilling you anymore, or maybe it never has. And just thinking like it's literally time for a change, time to take a different road or a different path. I mean, one thing I'll point out about this card is, you know, so we do have this, it's a wheel on a ship, you know, a ship obviously that is sunk. But what I'd like to point out is in the Wheel of Fortune and things kind of, you know, coming like full circle, I guess. So at one point the ship was, you know, sailing on top of the sea, you know, mighty, strong, carrying cargo, people, whatever. Now it sits at the bottom of the ocean, but the thing is it's still, how can I put this? It's not that just because that cycle came to an end that now it's useless. It now sits on the bottom of the ocean floor, and like here it is, like a home for like fish, you know, wildlife, you know, seaweed, and it's like a whole circle of life here. Like you have the seaweed that feeds the fish, you have the small fish that feed the larger fish, you have these barnacles that like latched on for the ride, or like whatever, you know, sea worms or whatever they are. But I just find this card and like the whole idea of it, I just think it's like a beautiful thing. But it's like things are beginning to shift and like maybe like take shape and encourage you or enable you to see things in a new direction. The next card here is the Two of Swords, and the Two of Swords is usually regarding like decisions or like two paths, and you know, making the decision of whether you want to go this way or you want to go that way. It can also be like fighting, you know, fighting for something that you believe in, or not really fighting, but like dueling, like challenging, like being challenged for something you believe in. And like for lack of a better term, like I'm getting like shit or get off the pot. Like I know it's horrible, but it's like something my grandparents used to say. It just means like if you've been procrastinating and just kind of like hemming and hawing and like, well, should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I, like indecision, it's telling you to like just go ahead and like take action, like take forward action. It's telling you to, you know, maybe it's time to like put that, stop being in your head about it and maybe, you know, make a decision either one way or another. You know, and sometimes it's about like taking the action first, and then like that's where like the final decision, or outcome becomes clear, is when you actually like take the action, because you're either going to know that you made the right decision or that you didn't, but you're never going to know if you just sit stagnant and kind of just let things go as they keep going. The next card we have here is the Five of Swords. So again, it's being in that energy of like kind of like being stuck, and not so much being stuck, but it's like a change of direction. So I love this card because it's like all these little kids like playing, you know, like playing, you know, playing swords with each other, and you know, it just reminds me of that situation where, you know, your mother says to you like, well, you know, like, and here you have this little one like bleeding, you know, like either it looks like maybe like bleeding from her hand or something like that. And then you have this penguin come up, kind of like tapping her on the shoulder, on the back of the head, like, it's okay, like everything will be fine, like don't cry, you know. And because, again, when things change, you know, everybody's playing and everybody's having a good time and it's real jovial. And then, oh, it's all fun and games till someone gets hurt, you know, like, or you'll shoot your eye out, that kind of thing. So here they were probably playing a little too rough, and somebody, you know, got a little overly excited here, and she cut her hand, and I don't know if it's a she or he, but they cut their hand, and now like the mood has changed, and like everybody's stopped. But in that change, where like everything's like quiet and everybody's like, ooh, you have this penguin here who's like giving this like loving, like comforting energy, like it'll be okay, like don't worry, you're fine, just take a deep breath, you're gonna survive. When we were little, you know, like to kind of make us laugh, and like, you know, obviously if it wasn't serious, you know, it was just like a little bump on the head. Kids have the tendency to you know, like cry right away. And what I'm getting here, and it's just this story that like popped into my head, but I'm feeling like I should tell it. So, you know, kids have this thing where like everybody's playing around, somebody plays a little too rough, somebody gets hurt, everybody, you know, somebody starts crying, and then like the whole mood is ruined, and everybody's like, all right, time to go home, blah blah blah, whatever. My mom had this really cute thing, you know, and if it wasn't like serious and like we were just kind of getting the pouty lip and like getting ready to like cry, you know, and like a lot of times like children will cry, even as adults, you know, like you get, I'm getting the statement like butt hurt, you know, like you get like, it's not even that like you were hurt, it's like your pride was hurt, or that you're, you know, so you're like, you know, they get that pouty face and they're like, and they start to like well up. And my mom would do this thing where she'd be like, somebody call an ambulance, and she would go, "Meow, meow." And then like usually by that time we'd be end up giggling and like laughing and doing it with her, because right off the bat it like takes your mind off of like the overwhelming scary thing, like, ooh, I got hurt, and it's puts it more into like, okay, like how hurt are you? You know what I mean? Like I know change is scary, you know, but like let's put things in perspective here. And I think that's what this card is saying, is like, even though things can be like big and scary, and like maybe the mood has changed somewhere, the mood is changing your job, maybe, and like I said, like a relationship that's maybe no longer serving you or something like that, or in a pattern or behavior that's no longer serving you. We have, even though there's a change in direction or a change in energy, we have this comfort here, like saying like, oh, okay, like it's okay. It's like really not that big, you know, it's really okay. It's okay to change. It's okay to go through with it, even though the decision seems like, you know, like big and scary, or, you know, loud and painful, or like whatever it is, like it really is just going to be okay. So like, you know, just, and then it always comes up, well, you know, what did you learn for this time? Well, I learned, you know, to maybe play a little less rough next time, and I, you know, learned that maybe I shouldn't be, you know, doing X, Y, and Z, or maybe I learned that I should be doing this next time, you know. But again, it's just because you have a skin knee or a paper cut or something like that, or some type of, it doesn't mean that like stop where you are. Change is good. Move forward and let the change happen. The next card is actually really beautiful. It's the Ace of Pentacles here, and so you can see that it's a treasure chest. So pentacles usually indicate like things that are taking place in the physical, the manifestation of the tangible. So, I mean, when we go back here and we have the Fortune's wheel, so things are like turning, changing. Like I said, certain cycles and patterns and things are coming to an end. We have this like choice to make here, like do I, don't I, like what should I do? You're kind of all up in your head about it here. Same with this card. You're kind of all up in your head about with this Five of Swords. It's all about thoughts, and you know, things seem overwhelming when, you know, and change is overwhelming, you know, more overwhelming for some than others. Some changes are more overwhelming than others. But again, it's, even though it seems like a challenge or a small challenge right now, the universe is showing you like everything's going to be okay. You know what I mean? Like just kind of like embrace the change, go with it. Just trying to get this to clear up a little bit. Anyways, embrace the change. It's, even though, like I said, like change can be slightly painful or uncomfortable. It's not even painful, it's uncomfortable. But this card here, this Ace of Pentacles, is showing you that all of this will be completely worth it. In the end, you are going to find the treasure in that chest. You are going to find, like I said, the results will show in the tangible world, and it will manifest for you in, your physical world. So, again, I feel like usually pentacles have to do with like home, family, stability, whatever, but I feel like this can actually like just be anything. But the fortune's wheel is just showing you to that things are ready for a change. The wheel is turning. So you may be all up in your head about it right now, or maybe have been for the last little while, but it's showing you that like, just because like it's like a back and forth, like should I or shouldn't I, it doesn't necessarily have to be like a fight or like an all-out war. It doesn't have to be like a black and white, like this or that. Like it's just a duel. It's like a friendly thing. Like, yeah, you're gonna bounce around ideas, you're gonna come to certain conclusions and things like that. And this is showing you that like everything doesn't have to be like so big, you know what I mean? Like even small changes may be uncomfortable, but the universe is telling you like they're there. It's okay. Like everything will be fine. Like just like go back in and play. Like you're hurt, but it's okay. Like walk it off. You could do it, and not every challenge or change is such a gigantic thing, but maybe just try it and go back, and maybe you will end up having a good time, and maybe you will end up finding that treasure and having things work out for you. Okay, and so I'm gonna leave those there. Okay, and Spirit, what things, what are major themes of, or what major shifts may take place for the collective out there for the solstice of, or I'm sorry, not solstice, the solar eclipse of July 2nd. What major geez, I can't even talk. What can we see in energetic shifts for the solar eclipse? Oh my gosh, let me get 2 more cards. Major shifts for the solar eclipse of July 2nd. 1 more card, please. Thank you. There we go. Okay. It has me all tongue-tied and twisted up in here. Okay. So right here we have the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups is usually representative. Wow, that's so cool. Okay. The 9 of Cups is usually representative of like emotional fulfillment. Okay. So you can see here, she's like doing her work, like she's really getting into it. And let me get this clearer. The look on her face is pretty awesome. Yeah. She's like all into her work. Come on. Come on. Okay. Let's see. Nope. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Anyways, you could see she's all up in her energy here. She's got, it's almost like you ever see the people like play the water glasses, and it's music. It just sounds beautiful. They're like going to town, like on the rims. And it's like almost, it sounds like an orchestra or like whatever. Excuse me. I wish this would like clear up. It drive me crazy. Anyways, the 9 of Cups is like that. She's happy. She's doing her thing. She's in her element. And it's like right before that last cup. Like the 10 of Cups is like ultimate like emotional fulfillment. And here she has 9 cups already. Okay. So she's already in a place, or is coming to a place. Like I said, I asked for possible shifts in the energies for the solar eclipse coming up. So a possible shift is like by making these small little changes or taking these like making these decisions like either this way or that way. And again, it doesn't have to be big giant decisions, but it could definitely be like something where it's there we go. It could be like something where it's like just like a small decision, like it's something like a small little choice that you make, and it's going to bring you into this Nine of Cups energy where like you are going to have like like be fulfilled like emotionally, and it doesn't have to necessarily be like love. I mean, it could be, but this is like something, if like you're always like, oh man, I should take a walk after work, and you like literally think this every day. You work in an office, every day you come home, and every day you're like, man, I should take a walk after work. It would really like relax me, or it would really, now's the time to do it. Like, get on that. And so you'll find that like the littlest things in the world can bring you that like ultimate fulfillment. And it might be a big thing, but like again, this is the change that's coming in. You are going to find this Nine of Cups energy where you're like, yeah, wow, like you're just having a great time. You're doing your thing. Everything's going great. Like she's happy as hell here, and she's just making her magic, making her music, and not thinking twice about it. And so like once you get into that energy of like enjoying yourself and enjoying like how like what is happening and like enjoying life, doing that thing, we then have the Chariot here, and the Chariot just shows like fast movement forward, like in a very positive way. And so it just shows that like once you start, like I said, you take those little steps, they lead to other things that are fulfilling. And then what happens is crazy, is like the universe just starts giving you like fulfilling stuff like thrown at you, and like you're like, wow, like I did that one little thing for myself that like, wow, it really did fulfill me, and it really did like change my perspective, and like, wow, things do seem a little brighter, and things do seem like a little easier and lighthearted, and I feel a little more love, and you're giving a little more love, and you're giving a little more like excitement like to life. Guess what? Life will keep throwing those things back at you, and like before you even know it, you're like actually like on your way. You're on the Chariot, and you're like riding your way towards, again, like a new cycle in your life that's more fulfilling. It's happier. It's like I said, it's more self-actualized. You're like more into true your true self, and what truly like makes your heart happy. And I mean, again, and I love this card again because it has that like green energy. It's like green with like a little blue. And then what I love is like they're wearing red. So like here it reminds me of like having like healing of the heart chakra, you know what I mean? The blue is, it shows maybe like your throat chakra is opening up, so maybe you're speaking more of your truth, you're living more in your truth. And the fact that they're both wearing red here, and they're actually like taking care of the horse, like they're not riding the horse, they're actually like grooming and like petting and adorning the horse like with so much love, it looks like in this card. And that just to me shows like, like maybe there's passion behind this, do something that you're passionate about, if you love to garden, go out and build the best garden you can. Or if you can't do that, at least start bringing plants into your home and, give yourself that like excitement. If you love animals, go volunteer at a shelter or bring a new pet home, or, go to the zoo more often, take a walk in nature more often. If you love to be by the water and, that relaxes you, go take walks by the water, go fishing, go swimming, immerse yourself in like what you love, and like you will take off. So the next card here, again, this is just such a beautiful card. It's the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Cups is all about feelings and emotion. And again, it doesn't have to be love, although it could be, but this just shows me that like the cup is full here. Like this is like pure emotional fulfillment, like, from the divine. This is like as good as it gets. And it feels like this like is coming in as like an offer. So like all these little changes and things you may be doing to bring you towards this path, it just looks like that once you begin doing that, then the universe actually starts responding to you and responding to your frequencies and your energies and things like that. and you will start recognizing more, and more opportunities for that thing you love or other things you love will be coming your way, without you having to go out and like seek it and find it. It'll just be making its way to you easier and easier, and you'll just find yourself that like you're uplifted and things like that. So that was possible energetic shifts for the solar eclipse. And so my next question is Spirit, what energies will be supporting? There we go. Wow. Okay. Again, another Cups card. This is awesome. So what is supporting everybody here during the solar eclipse is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is, again, this is like, again, with like feeling and emotion. So it's like about stepping into that energy of like taking charge, do what you love. If you can't do, or if you don't feel like you could do what you love, or incorporate what you love as like your career occupation, at least incorporate it into your life as like a hobby. And like if you already have something that you love incorporated into your life as a hobby or whatnot, maybe you need to delve further into it or find out more about it, or maybe you need to introduce something else that you love into your life. But the point is here is, to like live with that love. You have the king here. He's holding a cup. So he's literally like, his cup is full. It's sparkling. The sun is shining above his head. He's surrounded by all these fish right here. And this is like very, very much like a loving card, but it's about like stepping into that energy to actually like take charge and go ahead and do that. So, Spirit, I'm just going to ask for one card for energies that might be challenging us during this solar eclipse of July 2nd, 2019. Energies, there we go. Okay, so energies that might be challenging us. It's the Seven of Wands here. So, this card shows, like, this means to me, like, it's maybe the taking of action. There could be things where like, or points where you're taking like maybe too much action in too many different directions. So this just says to me like, maybe just choose like one or two to go with, because I'm like that. I'm really ADD when it comes to like trying new things or trying to do everything at once, and it's almost like you see this diver and he's like, it's not that he's being attacked, but it's like all these mermen are literally like, they're like, hey, who are you? With their, flashlight wands, like all up in his face. And they're like, what are you doing? Who are you? And he's like, whoa, I just like stepped into the wrong room, bro. Sorry. So it's not about like it being a bad thing. It's a great thing to take action, but don't overwhelm yourself by trying to take on too much too fast. You just want to like concentrate and like put your love and your energy, like sincerely put your love and energy. If it's about like, say you want to meditate, do yoga, you want to, take Reiki classes, you want to go to retreats in Bali, you want to, start practicing Buddhism. I don't know. But my point is like, choose one of those things or like two of those things.